I'm Sean O'Shea in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Border communities have been waiting for this for more than a year and a half. Those used to traveling back and forth between the two countries say it's about time. In this Canadian city known for attracting tourists from around the world, the mostly closed border with the United States has hit the community hard.
Niagara Falls, New York, and Niagara Falls, Canada, one big city. So I've got family on both sides, friends on both sides. We go shopping back and forth. It's a real symbiotic relationship.
With Canadians soon allowed to drive to the United States again for non-essential travel, many are hoping for a return to normal.
It's a great idea. I have friends there that I want to visit, so it's a great idea.
Joanne Arpino is a Canadian living in Michigan. She had her first child during the pandemic.
And it was the first grandchild in our family. It was my first baby. I had a daughter. And so my dad lives in Canada, which he actually only lives 27 minutes from my house, but across the border. And so he wasn't able to come over to see her.
In places like these, it's common for someone to live on one side of the border and work on the other. Colin McDonald lives in Windsor, works in advertising in Detroit. He hasn't been there in a year and a half.
We would still find ourselves crossing over on the weekends for sports, entertainment, restaurants, really anything new that was going on.
Land borders reopened to American travelers in August, but not the other way around. Businesses have paid a high price.
We've seen a huge drop in revenues at places like the duty-free stores along the border, but also with accommodations.
Hard on tourism, hard on relationships in places like these, a period of time that border communities would like to put in the past.
Lives have been cut off and disrupted. It's had a major impact on people.
The changes come in time for U.S. Thanksgiving, the Christmas holiday period, and winter, when tens of thousands of Canadians typically head south for warmer weather. Donna.
All right, Sean O'Shea in Niagara Falls tonight. Thank you. Canada's Public Safety Minister released a statement saying the government welcomes the news of the U.S. land border reopening, though Bill Blair urged Canadians to continue to take precautions and follow public health advice when traveling outside the country. As David Aiken reports, the official guidance from Health Canada is still to avoid non-essential travel.
We still have travel advisories in place recommending that people don't travel unless it's absolutely necessary.
In other words, even though you can, maybe you shouldn't.
I think it's really important for Canadians to listen closely to the advice from PHAC, from Canadian medical authorities, and to just be careful.
And the rule change in Washington does not change a key rule set by Ottawa. All fully vaccinated travelers returning to Canada from the U.S., whether it's by plane, train, or automobile, must still have a clean PCR test before returning. One reason for that, the public health risk continues to exist, particularly for travelers to U.S. states, which still have severe COVID outbreaks and/or much lower vaccination rates than in most parts of Canada.
We need to be cautious and we need to exercise prudence in terms of traveling to places where COVID-19 is still spreading wide, quite intensely.
And some regions in Canada, especially in Alberta and Saskatchewan, have health systems already under stress because of high case counts. They do not need sick travelers.
I think that is why we sort of say that it is important to exercise quite a bit of caution. Know where you're traveling to, where you're traveling from.
Still, continuing to loosen border travel restrictions with the U.S. is seen as crucial for revitalizing business relationships and strengthening the economy on both sides of the border.
I think in any business relationship, the critical ingredient is trust, and trust is difficult to earn over a camera. You really want to be there in person, and so I think businesses in particular are going to lead that charge.
Still, business groups and health experts say there is lots of work still to do on international travel, everything from setting a vaccine passport standard to how countries recognize different vaccines. And that means there will continue to be pressure on governments in both Washington and Ottawa for even more clarity on travel rules. Donna?
All right, David Aiken in Ottawa, thank you.